Welcome to Pen and Perspective, where the story always knows more than it's telling. Every word is intentional. Every silence holds a truth. Let's get into it. I found out my boyfriend was engaged to my sorority sister. Chapter 1, Registry of Ruin. Corinne Clark didn't mean to be messy. She considered herself organized, graceful even, a Virgo with a color-coded spice rack. But when you're 29, gainfully employed, brunch weekly with your therapist, and think your man is about to propose, it's only natural to start hunting for hints. So, on a rainy Thursday, Corinne did what many girlfriend-boyfriend underwatch women do. She searched his name on the knot and found him, Darius Paul Jefferson, fiancé to one Miss Zoe Alexandria Mason. Corinne let out a bark of laughter so loud her neighbor from 3B texted, "Girl, you good?" Zoe Mason, Zeta Mu Theta, Spring Line 2016. The reason Corinne had stopped attending chapter reunions, the only woman on God's Wi-Fi covered green earth who had ever out-pettied her. Zoe with the cry-laughing selfie filter and emotional range of a Pinterest board. Zoe, who once lied about an allergy to mango so she wouldn't have to bring fruit to the chapter brunch. Zoe, who gave every man she dated a nickname from Greek mythology. Corinne sat at her IKEA dining table, sipping her Merlot like it was a potion. He has me out here giving wife energy while he's building a registry with Toga Barbie, she whispered. The petty fire awakened in stages. First came the disbelief, then came the screenshots, then came the stalking, and finally, a plan. Because Corinne wasn't just going to confront Darius. Please, she was going to RSVP to their wedding and ruin it. With grace, of course. Chapter 2, The Bridal Trap. It started with a burner, a fresh Gmail, a Pinterest-worthy persona, and an RSVP to their engagement soiree, courtesy of Zoe's public website. Love is Our Legacy, Zoe plus Darius 2024. Corinne went as Kayla Monroe, event stylist, friend of the groom, hater of liars. But when she stepped foot into the rooftop lounge, decked with gold candles and pressed eucalyptus like this was some Pinterest funeral, she felt something unexpected. Betrayal. Not just the romantic kind. Sororal betrayal. Because Zoe saw her and smirked. "You didn't think I knew?" Zoe said, materializing by the oyster bar. "I've known for months. Darius told me he was wrapping up something minor. I said, 'How minor?' He said, 'Virgo minor.' And I knew." Corinne froze. "You're marrying a man actively in a relationship with someone else." She took a demure sip of champagne. Zoe leaned in, the scent of bergamot and delusion wafting from her clavicle. "And you were dating a man actively in love with someone else. Potato. My God, you're sick." "Sick? I'm just commitment forward." Zoe smiled brightly and walked away, clinking glasses with another guest. Dazed, Corinne floated to the bar and let the bartender pour her heartache into a glass of Ciroc and cranberry. But then Dante, tall, thick beard shaped with alchemic precision, chocolate skin kissed like it held ancient secrets, and a voice smoother than a 90s R&B interlude. "You Kayla?" She blinked. "Me, yeah. Cool, I'm Dante, Darius's cousin." The cousin? That fine species of low-stakes relative who knows everyone's business but isn't married to any of the secrets? Corinne grinned. "Nice to meet you, cousin." They talked for 30 minutes straight, laughed over family gossip, wedding playlist combos. If they play before I let go one more time. And how ridiculous it was that fancy events never serve real food. Corinne liked him. Too much, dangerously much. And when he asked what she did, she blurted, Chaos control. I'm here on a damage control gig. He laughed, hard. That sounds real. Then he handed her a leftover prosciutto skewer and said, "Enjoy the chaos." Oh, she would. Chapter 3, Sorority Sisters and Snake Rings. By Tuesday, Corinne's group text, Trifecta Triflin, was in shambles. Simone, you RSVP'd under a fake name? Tasha, not you falling for the cousin, though. Simone, wait, pause. Zoe knew? Corinne, yes, she said I was a minor obstacle, like I'm a mixtape era Nicki and she's, what, Beyonce? Tasha clutched her proverbial pearls. So what now? Corinne had been asking herself the same question. She knew Darius would lie. A whole man with aquarium energy. Beautiful to look at, but only functional with filters and feeding schedules. She hadn't confronted him yet, a choice that was equal parts planning and cowardice. But she texted Dante, not because she needed an accomplice, but because she wanted one. They met for lunch, not sushi or salads, real food. Oxtails and rice, mac and cheese, greens so seasoned her ancestors woke up for a bite. I'm not gonna lie to you, she said over cornbread. I was dating Darius for over a year, thought he was the one. Then I found out he's engaged to my ex-sorority sister. There are layers, you see. Dante didn't blink, just dabbed his mouth and asked, "Are you still in love with him?" Number, I'm in love with the version of him that wasn't fictional. Then let me help you be petty. A toasted silence passed. I beg your pardon? He leaned in. Zoe's throwing a lingerie bachelorette party this Friday. I'm the assistant DJ. Long story. You pull up. I'll get you in the door. Corinne stared. You want me to crash her party? He nodded. Let's call it divine retribution. I heard what she did to her last bridesmaid. Something involving expired tampons and a revenge tweet? Corinne gasped. Respect. Okay, she said, suddenly breathless. Okay. She'd never expected her heartbreak to be the gateway drug to the most exciting week of her life. But here they were, plotting revenge over jerk wings and shared glances. Maybe love wasn't gone. Maybe it was just occupying a better man. Chapter 4, Champagne Showers and Cold Feet. The lingerie party was themed angels and I do's, all white everything, sheer panels, feathers, women floating in tulle and underboob like goddesses playing strip poker with the clouds. And then Corinne walked in, satin robe, full curls, and the nerve of a woman scorned. Zoe froze mid-photo op, the ring light briefly exposing her panic in 4K. What are you doing here? She hissed. Corinne smiled. Looking for angel wings. You seen any? Raven, the bride's sister, gasped. Wait, is this the ex? The minor question mark. Zoe turned to Dante across the room. Why is she in my space? He held up his hands. I didn't invite her. She followed me. You know, you're so iconic. A lie, smooth, believable. Corinne reached into her satin pocket and pulled out the diamond necklace Darius had engraved for their 1-year anniversary. To Zaza, she read aloud, my forever muse. Gasps. One girl dropped her mimosa. To Zaza, she continued, but he gave it to me. So either he's recycling gifts or Zoe is a cover for recycled lies. Dante played a slow, scandalized ooh from the DJ booth. Chaos broke loose like someone popped a champagne bottle full of shade. A bridesmaid yelled, Damn, Zoe! Another whispered, Did y'all have the same toothbrush? Raven took out her phone. This is absolutely going on story. Zoe stumbled back, blinking fast. You planned a whole scheme Just to embarrass me? No, Zoe, Corinne said softly. I planned this to set myself free. She looked around one last time, breathed in the sugary drama, the power of shutting down a whole party with vengeance and silk, then turned to Dante. You got a car? He smiled. I got a vintage cutlass and a playlist for petty women who gain closure in luxury fabric. And like that, Corinne left the chaos, in pearls, in peace, and possibly in love. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you. Be sure to like, comment, and share this story. I want to know, have you ever been in a situation like this? What would you have done if you were in Corinne's shoes? I'm Miana DK, and this story, it was always meant for you.